and accept their visit. Jazakumullah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alright, everybody's tired. Oh man. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How's everyone? Good? MashaAllah, I see a lot of people on the wall, man. All the old people are on the wall. Tired, long shifts, mashallah. 12 hours, 14 hours. Alright. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Jazakumullah khairan for coming. And thank you for having us here. You guys remind me of my community, so I feel at home. When I talk to you people in Jummah, if you notice, I'm talking to people like I know. Because end of the day, you go anywhere in North America, you will find similar people with similar challenges. So we're pretty much the same everywhere we go. I want to say Jazakumullah khairan to all of you, and especially our Shaykh. He's willing to give me his job. He's like, he's been here, mashallah, 20 years, and now he wants me to take his job. So generous. No, Shaykh, this is yours. Well, I will never take it from you. You know what he did? Now I know why nobody wants to be imam here. They put like 5 musallas. So when I'm standing, like in Jummah, I'm standing, like my left side, I'm like, and my back starts hurting right there, and I'm like, this imam doesn't want anybody to lead here. You got like 5 musallas, and they're like super heavy, like, and I'm a heavy person, and when I'm standing, I'm like going on one side. Just shit.
You're having it until 7:30.
Allahu Akbar. Alright, let's start inshallah. So our Shaykh Handala, he's our teacher in our school in MII. So a lot of people think Miftah is just, this one school and they do a lot of events. Miftah is like the second child. The first original baby of Miftah is MII, Michigan Islamic Institute. It's a boarding school where 150 students live there. My son is there too, alhamdulillah. My son lives there. They memorize the Quran and they study Sharia. It's a 7-year program. First 3 years they study Arabic, and the next 4 years they study Tafsir, Hadith, and all the other usul and everything. So that's the original, that's the asl. Then the furu'at come after. The fara' is like Miftah. Miftah came later because a lot of people don't have time. You're working, young professionals, or you're studying, you took a year off and you're free. So Miftah said, okay, every Sunday night and every Tuesday night for 3 hours, we'll make these courses. So these young adults, young people, or adults, like I teach, they're like 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds, and they're like 20-year-olds, 15-year-olds, all in the same classroom. So that's how Miftah came. And then Miftah, what they decided to do, collaborate with people. Like right now we're here. Seriously, honestly speaking, why would someone come here? Is it just to get money or donations, or is it just, the purpose Miftah has is way bigger than money. And our goal was to unite the whole country. So if you notice in Miftah, all the scholars come. And we welcome them all. It's not a monopoly. We're not there to win anything. You guys are welcome. It's your place. You guys are supporting it. So Shaykh Handala is a young, born and raised in Michigan. He studied, he went to Pakistan too. You went to Pakistan, Shaykh? Yeah, he finished his studies in Pakistan. He came back. He's teaching in both schools, Miftah and MII. Now me, I like to relax. You see how I am. I'm enjoying my life mostly. So I teach when I feel like teaching. Retired. I'm just early retirement. So I teach also. I joined Miftah 1 year ago, and I'm from Canada. And all my life I lived in Canada. We used to live in the igloos. You know igloos? People who came from back home, igloo is like a house you build with snow. No, I don't live in igloo, but Canada is very cold, very cold. So I lived in close to right under Alaska, and if you go a little on the right, in Canada, it's Yellowknife, and under Yellowknife, there is a city called Fort McMurray, and that's where I lived. And it was very cold, -40. We actually plug our cars so the oil doesn't freeze in the morning, so you can't start. So you plug your cars so it stays warm, and then you go out. So, and I ended up coming to Miftah a year ago because myself and all the scholars in Miftah, and you guys know Shaykh al-Masmari from Unity Center? No? Okay, so he's Shaykh al-Masmari is from Unity Center in West Bloomfield, I think, right? That's where he is. So we all studied in the same boarding school in Canada. There was a boarding school in Canada. A lot of the brothers who come from Syria, Jordan, they ask me, you studied Arabic in Canada? I said, yes, I studied Arabic in Canada. Why is it a surprise that you can study Arabic, Fusha, and you can learn it in Canada, in US now? So there was a boarding school in the early 90s, only one, and then there was one in Buffalo. All the mashayikh that you see in North America, almost all of them went and studied there. They became huffaz there, and then they went around and they studied. So this is how we all became connected. Now let's come to the topic. I didn't come to introduce myself. Let's wrap up the topic that he's saying. So he's saying Muslim identity, right? So, and he spoke, what is identity? Now I just want to emphasize, how does an identity get built? What are the factors that affect building an identity? Me sitting here in front of you, my identity was built for some years by my parents, then for some years my teachers, then for some years my friends. So these are the three things I will talk about. What influences you as a person? The words you use, the good words and the bad words. Once I was talking to a student, and in the bus, so this student came, he was in 2nd grade or 3rd grade, and in school, he came and he used a bad word. So now the principal called the student in the office. Me, I was just walking by, and I said, let me stop and see what's going on. So when I stopped, I sat on the chair, and I looked at the kid, just, acting like I'm very... So I looked at him like this, and he started... I'm like, no, I'm just joking with you, relax. So the principal asked this kid, what did you do? He said, oh, I said this word, I didn't do it, it was bad. So the principal said, how do you know this word? Did your brother say it? Did someone? He said, I was on the bus, and I heard 2 older kids say this to each other. So I thought, this is okay to say. I just said it. Our identity is influenced by, number one, our parents. So parents, please listen carefully. Children see, children do. Children see, children do. Children don't do what you're told to do. They will do it because you told them to do it. But will they keep on doing it after? Not really. But what you do yourself, they will actually follow. Once I went to someone's house, and I share this story all the time. It's funny. So sometimes you visit people in their homes and you knock on the door. So a kid will open the door. I said, is your father home? Can I talk to him? And he said, okay. So he goes inside, he comes back. He said, my father told me to tell you that he's not home. My father told me to tell you that my father's not home. So I'm like, okay, thank you very much. The point, what's the point here? That when the child sees that my father is lying about something so basic, you know how sometimes someone calls you and you're like, where are you? Are you coming? And you're like, Yeah, I'm just 1 minute away. I'm on the road. You see how we think this lie is so innocent. It's an innocent lie. It didn't hurt anyone. But when the child sees you lying, it has an effect that it's okay. When a child sees you acting when you're upset, then they say it's okay because dad and mom always do that. You understand?
Yeah.
Children see, children do. I'm not saying monkey see, monkey do. Okay? Children see, children do. They see you, they will do it. That's why online someone put this post of a father saying to the son, "Hey son, watch where you're going." The father said, "Hey my son, watch where you're going." This is just a quote online. It's not maybe real. The son replies, "Oh my father, watch where you're going because I'm following you." Do you understand? So, identity is built by, number one, the first madrasa is mother. The mother. Even when the child is in the mother's womb, what she's listening to, what she's watching, how she's worshipping Allah has an effect. It's a true story. I'm going to give you a true story. I have a lot of stories because I've been teaching 17, 18 years in public schools, elementary. I'm teaching a lot. Alhamdulillah, Allah got me a job right away. You know? Shaykh's been in job 20 years. MashaAllah, MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Huh? May Allah bless him. You know? Say Ameen. And protect him, inshallah.
Ameen.
And give him istiqamah. Continue. You know, having istiqamah is beautiful. A true story. I have friends. One of them name is Atif and one is Amir. Twins. They're both black belts. Ninjas, you know, black belts. So when we're young, if you ever want to get someone beaten up, you get those two guys. They'll come and they'll knock the guys out. Everybody was scared of them. They're so skinny, but they're black belts. Okay? Atif and Amir. And then they decided to study Deen. So they studied Sharia, they became scholars. Both grew beards, they're twins, they look like, tag team, they're going to come. And then mashallah, now one of them is becoming a doctor. So they're continuing, SubhanAllah, his mother was narrating the story about her children. She said that my oldest son, so their older brother, Atif and Amir's older brother's name is Rashid. He was a track and field athlete in Canada. He made it to the Canadian team. Muslim kid from Montreal, Canada, Rashid. He made it to the Canadian team. So his mother says, when I had him in my stomach, the Olympics were going on in the 80s in Montreal at that time. And I was watching Olympics. And whatever I was watching, literally when this kid grew up, he did similar. He went into the same field. I'm not saying try this at home. It just happened. Right? Like I'm going to watch Bill Gates and all these rich people. So when my child is born, no. It just happened by coincidence. But I'm saying it has an effect on the child. She said when these two were born, before, I was watching a lot of Bruce Lee, Bruce Lee stuff. And then these guys grew up and they got interested in martial arts. So I don't have the scientific proof to prove it to you. All I'm saying is, mother is the first school for the child. And I'll give you one insight, because I'm a parent myself. I have 3 boys, alhamdulillah. Make dua for them. That Allah protect them, make them scholars, make them hafad, make them people who serve Allah's deen, inshallah. Say Ameen. And all of your children, inshallah. So, as a father, I made a deal with my wife. When we got married, and then when we had children, we made a deal. We said, in front of our children, we're not going to use bad words. We're not going to anything like that. And if we ever get into an argument, It will be behind closed doors, not in front of our kids. We have a deal. And I told her, I'm not a big fan of like social media. I only have one account on Facebook. I have no accounts. So I don't have a lot of, I'm not in. But yeah, I do play games, the kids in the back. I play NBA 2K, I have one game only. I play sports. So not in real life, just in games. Okay? Because real life was a long time ago. I retired from there. So I told my wife, I said, if you ever feel like you want to watch something that you feel like, make sure they go to sleep. And if you feel like watching, watch it yourself. You don't need to go and... What I'm saying is, identity is built from the house. Akhlaq are taught by the parents. Akhlaq, what is akhlaq? The definition of akhlaq. Akhlaq means how to react in each situation, and especially bad situations. Your true akhlaq comes when it's something bad. Because when you're happy, everything is okay. When you have money, everything is going well. Your true character comes out when things go bad. So the first identity is built by parents, mother and father. In the Quran, Allah says, Surah Al-Kahf, كان أبوهما صالحا فأراد ربك أن يبلغ أشدهما ويستخرج كنزهما رحمة من ربك. Remember that ayah? Surah Al-Kahf? Musa and Khidr. Remember the story? They're traveling. One of them, the story says, كان أبوهما صالحا. The parents were pious people. So Allah wanted to protect the treasure of those orphans. So wallahi, if you want to see how your kids are going to end up, you see who you are today. Whoever you are today, that's how your children are going to be. So the identity of the children is built by parents. So we know the narration about لَعِبُوهُمْ بِسَبْعٍ وَأَدِّبُوهُمْ بِسَبْعٍ وَخَلِّلُوهُمْ بِسَبْعٍ. We are told the first 7 years, you play, enjoy with your children. Do you know research shows how much time do you think research shows? How much time does a father, let's start with mother. How much time does a mother spend with the child on a daily basis? In Canada, I know. I don't know about America, but let's just do Canada. In Canada, there was a research done of 500 parents. And they asked them questions, and they were studying these 500 parents. They came to a result. How much time do you think a mother spends with the child on a daily basis? Now, I know moms might say that I have more than one child or two, so it's hard, I get it. Let's just go with one for now. How much time do you guys think a mother spends with the child outside instruction? Not instruction like, do this, don't do this, eat, you're going to school, go get ready for school. This is not conversation. These are orders. Guesses. How much time do you guys think? I'm going to stand up, guys. Yes?
4 hours.
4 hours a day of meaningful conversation? You guys are way ahead. It's not even in hours. It's going to minutes, bro.
Half hour.
Half hour? Okay.
15 minutes.
15 minutes?
5 minutes.
You see, the young guys are at least honest. They're at least honest. Yeah, okay, good. Yes. 10 minutes? Okay. So the study shows in Canada. It doesn't mean you guys are not spending time. It just generally speaking. Average. 58 seconds. 58 seconds that a mother has a meaningful conversation. How was your day? Nice. I love you. Any problem? Any issue? What's going on? Everything good? Oh, I'm going to tell you a story. Yeah. So, not like, okay, go get ready for bed. Did you do your homework? That's there, but it's not meaningful. It's not like you're not building a connection. Do you think your children are going to love you when you tell them go do your homework? Nah, they're not. Let's be honest. Oh, go get ready. Sit straight. This is just instructions, which is good. You have to. Allah put you in charge. You have to do that. Meaningful conversation. So the first 7 years is la'ibuhum. I don't get it. Why North Americans are so obsessed with punishing their little kids and sending them to institutions. And that's what one of the scholars was like, we're born in an institution, hospital. Then when you're 4 or 5, they put you in an institution, daycare. And then after that, they put you in another institution, school. Then after school, you go into another institution, college. Then after college, you start working for someone, another institution. So pretty much all your life, institution after institution after. So the first 7 years are enjoy with them. The Prophet ﷺ used to kiss his children. In our culture, sorry to say, they made like father look like some scary person who you should never talk to. And when he comes home, you have to do salute and you have to. I understand respect. We love our father. I love my father. But unfortunately, our culture back home was when the dad comes in the house, mom used to say, you guys better not make me look bad. Stay quiet. Dad's gonna eat. Poor guy comes after long work shift. He's tired. Understandable. But you know what that did? It reversed. I asked some of the old